15 long years have passed, but I will never forget him. I've tried to make a portrait, for I do not have any photos of him, and this is the best one I ever managed to draw. In reality, he was far better looking than this portrait, and he also looked more mature. Now, before I continue with my story, I wish to apologize with you, because English is not my mother tongue, and I don't speak it so well. But I hope that you will be able to enjoy yourself with this story, nonetheless. It all began when one evening I decided to go to the opera. I went alone because I did not have any friends with the same passion. Or better said, I never had many friends at all. As usual, the majority of the people at the opera house were over 40. Young people often feel a bit out of place there. But I did not really care. After the show was over, I went out and walked towards my car, which was parked a bit far away from the opera house, because it is not so easy to find a parking place there. The street where my car was not so well illuminated, and there was little traffic there. It was then that two alcohol-smelling, dirty men approached me, and soon it was clear that they had bad intentions. I called for help with all my breath, while fighting them with all my strength. Then I heard a voice, his voice, and he said,
Qu'est-ce qui se passe ici? Stop that.
And that is the last thing I remember, because one of those men hit me on the head and I fainted. When I woke up, I was in a very beautifully furnished room. The walls were covered with velvet. There also were a couple of beautiful paintings. It all looked old-fashioned, but extremely elegant and researched. The curtains were closed, and because of that, I was in semi-darkness. I had no idea of where I was. I stood up from the bed where I was and started exploring the place. The room was at the second floor of the house. When I left the room, I found myself in a corridor, made like a big balcony, from which you could see the entrance hall, which also worked as parlor. There he was, reading a book, sitting on a sofa by the fireplace. And as I looked down, he saw me, and he greeted me like this.
Oh, good morning. Are you okay, miss?
Quite confused, I replied, "Oh yes, thank you. But what happened? What place is this?"
Please, don't be afraid. Last night, after what happened, I took you at my home. Sorry for this, but you were unconscious. Do you want to eat something now?
Well, then, I suppose I should. Thank you. I am sorry, but I'm so confused.
Oh, I understand. But why don't you come downstairs?
And so, I went down the elegant stairs, which were covered by red carpet. He stood up and walked towards me.
Sorry that I did not present myself yet. My name is François. Enchanté.
And, while saying so, he offered me a hand kiss. I looked into his hazel eyes. I thought they were so deep and warm. I probably blushed